Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. It is story time. Yesterday, I went out to Denio's Farmers Market auction and swap meet. It is honestly a pretty cool place to go to. It takes me about a half-hour drive. It cost me $5 to get in as a family, $5 a car to park, I guess you can say. And then once you get there, there's a whole bunch of like little shops that are kind of like always there and always open, where people sell sweatshirts and t-shirts and junk and all this, that, and other, stuff like you basically can get like on the Wish app or something like that. But one of my favorite things to go to is if you go all the way into the back corner, they have like yard sales, basically, where you can honestly say there's close to, I want to say there's close to like 30, maybe 40, where people get a little square rectangle space and they put out all of their stuff. So instead of driving around town, going street to street, looking for garage sales in neighborhoods and yard sales and things like that, everything is right there. Bam. So we go there yesterday. We're kind of walking around. I walk up to this one table of stuff. Guy's blaring some Luke Combs, so I'm giving him like the hell yeah, good times. He's out there having fun, making some money. And he had a big couple tables of junk. He honestly had just stuff spread out over 4 tables, and you just kind of had to look through everything that he had. He had some DVDs, he had some CDs, he had books, he had Christmas ornaments, just a mix match of this, that, and the other. Possibly items he was just looking to get a buck a piece for, or things like that. And as I was scavenging around his table, I was mostly going, I'm a sucker, I'll admit it. I still look at the DVDs. Very, very rarely do I ever buy a DVD, for the one reason I got almost every DVD that I need. Not talking about wrestling, just talking about movies. Maybe someday, I don't really want to throw a whole bunch of money into going into Blu-rays unless it's a really popular movie that I really want to see again and again. But these days with streaming apps and all that and the other, there's really no use of buying DVDs unless they're just dirt cheap. But I was looking through that and I came across some books. I came across 2 Calvin and Hobbes books, which I'm a big, huge mark for. I picked up these 2 right here and was like, I really want my kids to read these. I was younger than them when I picked these up and really got into them. I was probably around 7 to 8. They're at 9 and 11. But my dream is that they're really going to love Calvin and Hobbes. So I buy these almost every time I see them, and I give them to them. And as I pick up these 2 books, I sort of come across The Stone Cold Truth, the autobiography of Stone Cold Steve Austin, published by WWE, I believe in around 2003. I don't even know why I did it. I honestly already own this book. It's possibly like the same reason when I see wrestling DVDs out in the wild at DVD sales and things like that, I look at them. I own the thing. I can look at mine at home, but I look at theirs and maybe look and see if something on theirs is better than mine. And all I did was I just opened up the cover, and I see Stone Cold Steve Austin's autograph on the inside. And I'm just like, oh, play it cool. I can honestly tell you that I had an inside tip. I don't even remember who told me. Honestly, I do know who told me. But when I flew into WrestleMania 30, I knew that Stone Cold Steve Austin was flying in to the airport 10 minutes before my flight. I think he was flying from LA. I'm not 100% sure. I was flying from Sacramento. I might have been connecting through Las Vegas. But basically, this is what I put in my bag in case when I did fly through Las Vegas because I flew on the same flight as The Godfather. Couldn't get the same row as him, but I sat right behind him. Kept looking at his hat. Kept wondering what it would be like if I grabbed his hat, how bad it would hurt if he punched me. But that's what I was thinking, the whole flight from Las Vegas to New Orleans. But I had this in my carry-on, in case I ran into Stone Cold Steve Austin when waiting to pick up my bags at baggage claim. And that was my dream to get this signed. So basically, I grabbed the book, I stashed it between the two Calvin and Hobbes books, and I'm like, dude, there's no way in the world, this is way too obvious. So I found 3 more Calvin and Hobbes books, and I'm like trying just to cover this up the best I could, like this. So I go up, I've got 5 books here. I got 6 books here, I apologize. 6 books. Each of my kids had a toy. My youngest girl had her birthstone, like little pieces of birthstone and a little thing. I don't know why she wanted it, but since it was her birthstone, she wanted it. And Peyton found this toy that was kind of like a Rubik's Cube, but it was like a straight line, kind of like a snake at the same point. You have to like twist it around and stuff like that to play a game. So I was like, I walk up to the guy and I was like, I got 6 books, trying to hide the Stone Cold book the best I can. And I said, they got 2 toys. What do you think? And he's like, 8 things, $8. And I'm like, bam! I threw him the 10, and I was like, let's go. Stone Cold Steve Austin. I ran like to the next booth. I took a picture of the book. I sent it to Ravi, Miguel, and Mike, and was just like, I got this for a freaking $1. And I know there's people out there who are going to be like, well, how do you know that Stone Cold Steve Austin really signed that book? There is like a receipt in here that the guy got when he bought the book. And it was from a place in 2003. He just had it. What the hell did they do with it? I saw it when I put it in here. It was next to a picture of Brian Pillman. There it is. So, I don't know who's going around really signing Stone Cold Steve Austin's name, but this is a receipt that was in there. Came from a Borders Books and Music in Roseville. It's November 30th, 2003, so the anniversary is honestly coming up pretty soon. Paid full price for the book, $26 with tax, $27.89. Even has the guy's name, Merle Schmidt is the guy. And it was bought at $333. And I'm guessing that honestly, Stone Cold Steve Austin just had a signing here. I bet you if you look it up, Raw was possibly here at the end of November. But if you don't believe me, I don't give a shit. Stone Cold Steve Austin's autograph's going to sit on my shelf, real or not. And it'd be pretty cool. Got it for $1. Thanks, guys. See y'all down the road.